Welcome to this video on digital safety. It is crucial to analyze your files for sensitive personal data or copyright compliance before deciding to upload or share them online. Let's learn how to protect yourself and others. Can you spot the digital risk in these files? File A contains sensitive personal data, while File B poses a copyright infringement risk. Let's take a closer look. Here is the breakdown. The school ID in File A exposes a learner's reference number, home address, and mother's maiden name. File B contains a song that violates copyright law. Always check your files for these risks. Why must we inspect content, even when sharing via private links? While restricted access controls who enters, auditing the file content itself protects against the exposure of sensitive personal data or copyrighted materials. Have you ever had an upload blocked? This can happen if a video is muted due to a copyright claim or flagged for exposing private information. Preventing these mistakes before you hit submit is vital. Always remember, restricting link access only manages who can see your file. To truly keep data safe, you must perform a pre-upload audit to verify the content inside. This slide defines the key concepts. We have sensitive personal data, copyright compliance, the pre-upload audit process, and the principle of fair use for educational purposes. Let's look at Leo's story. By performing a pre-upload audit, he discovered personal data and copyright issues in his class project. He took the time to blur private info and replace the copyrighted music, ensuring a safe and successful submission. Leo's process moved from his initial discovery of problems to taking corrective action, and finally achieving a successful result. It's a great example of being a responsible digital citizen. Let's review. Can you answer these questions based on what we've covered? Take a moment to think about the risks Leo faced and how he resolved them. The answer to our first question: Leo found exposed personal details and unauthorized copyrighted music. These are common digital risks. For our second question, Leo resolved the issues by blurring the sensitive personal details and replacing the music with properly cited, royalty-free content. Finally, the third question: why was the audit beneficial? It protected his group's privacy and ensured they avoided violating copyright laws. Now consider this deep dive analysis. How can you apply these principles of knowledge, skills, attitude, and values to your own digital projects? This guide provides answers for your own audit checklist. Developing a consistent screening protocol is the best way to maintain privacy and copyright standards in your work. Let's review the 4 steps of our pre-upload file audit protocol. We begin by inspecting content, followed by verifying copyright, redacting or replacing sensitive items, and finally, completing the audit process before sharing. This visual breakdown summarizes the audit protocol: inspect, verify, redact or replace, and clear. Each step is essential for safeguarding your work. Now let's look at the learning activities for your group. Whether you are in the visual, auditory, or kinesthetic group, you will be applying these audit principles through creative projects. These practice questions will help test your understanding of what constitutes sensitive personal data and why copyright compliance is important for your school projects. Let's apply these lessons to real-world scenarios. We'll look at how to handle photo collages, manage flagged presentations, and define school policies that reflect our core values. Here's a final summary. Always perform your checks before uploading to ensure you are respecting privacy and upholding intellectual property standards in all your digital distributions. Thank you for following along with this video on the pre-upload audit protocol. By practicing these steps, you contribute to a safer and more ethical digital environment.